What's up, fellas, and welcome back to my favorite series that we do here, Pokemon Memes. I believe this is edition number 3, and they only get better and better. So without further ado, let's check them out.
Remember that time when Ash's adventure almost ended?
Does this dude know that Ash Ketchum is 10 years old? It's kind of embarrassing to be a grown man and pull out a fire weapon. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get demonetized. On a 10-year-old child, you think that he'd be able to use his hands and his grown man strength? That's pitiful. How much damage does this do if I hit someone with it? Huh? Wait, what even are those? Was that a thing? Did I miss a thing? I think I might have. It looks like back in the day, people used to tie like little Pokemon giblets to their phone and then smack each other with it. I used to smack Twizzlers on people being my brothers mainly. But dude, that probably will hurt so bad. That's gotta be at minimum infinite damage. Minimum. That time the dub edited out a rice ball and replaced it with a crispy JPEG of a Subway sandwich. Wait, what? Why would they even do that? I guess it was just to Americanize Pokemon a little bit, because in America, rice balls aren't super popular, but Subway footlongs. $5 footlong! Probably just got demonetized for that. But how could you not buy a $5 footlong? That was the catchiest song of all time. Ash, I'm not sure you're old enough to watch that. What is going on behind that blurred image? What is that? Pokemon in love? Hey. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty weird. That'd be like going and watching animals today do the do. You know what I mean? Like back you know, in the Pokemon realm, Pokemon are pretty much seen as animals in a way, kind of. And it looked like Ash was going to see a show where Pokemon finagle, bondagle, balangamangle. You know what I'm saying? Pretty weird. When it's been 20 years and they still won't leave you alone. Wait a minute. I'm on to him. Everyone knows Ash Ketchum never ages. I don't know how long the show was out. The show was out for like 20 years and Ash was 10 the entire time. So sound the alarms. Something is off here. This man has an entire beard. That is not Ash Ketchum. If the FBI is looking for openings, I'm here at your service. Oh my God, this kid, he is trying to interrupt a battle between Satan and the Time God. What the bleep, Ash? Do you have a freaking death wish? Dude, animes do crack me up sometimes when stuff like this happens. And honestly, it's not just Pokemon, it's almost every anime ever, where you have a protagonist who is the underdog in almost every single scenario, including situations like this, where you have the devil, well, in this case, the devil Pokemon, versus essentially a god, and then a 10-year-old kid is just gonna go, please stop fighting, let's all be friends. And then they stop. I can't believe I just did that, and I'm gonna post that to YouTube. That's a little bit cringe. But that, I mean, was pretty accurate, I think, to be honest with you. Can you find the hidden SpongeBob? No. I see a hidden, like, Quacks, like a Ditto Pikachu, but I don't see no SpongeBob. Okay, dude. That was easy. He's next to the yellow Pikachu. You know what? I don't believe in banning people off of any platforms, except for this guy. Nico, you should be banned. That's insane. Not funny, not cool.
Kim Kardashian has the body of a Mewtwo.
Kim Kardashian has the body of a Mewtwo. Low Potty needs to step aside, because Mewtwo's got that. I always knew I liked Mewtwo. I never could put a finger on why exactly. I think it's starting to add up. In my brain. Connecting the dot. Moving on. Wait, what is Misty even doing here? No way this is a real scene. Dang, Misty is a Pokemon, not Satan. Wait, actually though, what if, hear me out, that's what repels look like, because repels are a thing? What even is a repel? Like, what is it? Is it a spray? I don't know. Do they use it in actual Pokemon, or is it only in the game? I literally don't know. Look, I know a lot about Pokemon, the game, as far as competitive battling, the abilities of Pokemon, for example, their stats, their moves, etc., etc. I don't know much about the anime. Does that make me a fake fan? Like, I'm still a fan of Pokemon, the game, but not so much Pokemon, the show. Does that make me a fake fan? I don't know. Palworld is just Pokemon with guns, but Pokemon during the 90s. Bro, I feel like all TV during the 90s was just insane. None of it would be acceptable in today's day and age. Specifically like comedy TV shows. But the stuff that they said in those shows was just, I mean, I think it's hilarious to be honest, but it's no longer like culturally acceptable, societally acceptable, which in my opinion, not cool. Let's go back to those times because it was funny. Everyone was having fun. Back in the 90s, they had Team Rocket with machine weapons hunting children. Let's bring it back. Like if you're asking me, I think we bring it back. All in favor of bringing back machine guns targeting children in anime TV shows, say aye. Aye. I do wonder like what a firearm would do against a Pokemon. Like would it even be effective? Would it not be effective? Is it super effective against some Pokemon? I guess it should be not very effective against steel, but then probably super effective against birds, normal types, fighting types, etc. I'm just trying to go back to the old Pokemon where Ash said, bleep, the Pokemon battle and tried to fade Mewtwo himself. See, that is what I'm talking about. That's my kind of Pokemon. Let's put humans versus Pokemon. Like what? That would be awesome. I think that we would lose pretty badly. In fact, I don't know why there's not an uprising of Pokemon against humans at this point, but see, that is content. Ash knows content when he sees it, and he tried to punch a Mewtwo. Strangely, like in the belly button area. Maybe he missed and was aiming lower, because some people say that Mewtwo's tail isn't really a tail because it starts in the front. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean? Like tails don't start in the front. Something else does. Sorry to put that in your heads, but hey. Just saying, maybe that's what Ash was trying to punch. This cat's been following me for 13 blocks asking for my credit card info. To be honest, this maybe is weird. I think if a real life cat came up to me and started speaking and asked for my credit card info, I think I would just give it to it. Like, honestly, if anyone out there trained their cat to do that, just, you deserve it. You deserve my credit card info. That is the coolest thing of all time. A talking cat. I gotta be honest though, I don't really like cats. I feel like they're just mean. Or not mean, they're selfish. They only really care about themselves. And so if a cat could talk, I don't think it would really say nice things. I feel like they're very judgmental. The way that they look at people, the way that they look at things, they judge everybody, that they're snotty, they're snobby. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, they think that they're cooler and better than everybody. Dogs, on the other hand, come on. I love dogs. If you don't like dogs, what kind of human are you? Let's be honest. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but dogs are the kindest, sweetest, gentlest animals in the world. I don't know how I got there. I guess this just means that I hate Meowth. Sorry, Meowth. The moment Ash realized that there are better things than catching Pokemon. Okay, dude. Okay, what are we doing here? Wait, look at Pikachu! It's not just Ash, look at Pikachu! See, that's what I'm talking about. Back in the 90s, dude, like, they would add things to animes. And really not just any, like all TV, all movies, like it was just different back then. If you're watching this and you're born like in the 2000s or even the 2010s, that'd be insane. But you probably never really got to experience this kind of TV. And like old SpongeBob was that way, then it became more PG. But this is my kind of TV right here. Not to be weird, I'm just saying that it was like a little bit more inappropriate. What can I say? Officer Jenny. I mean, Officer Jenny, Nurse Joy. Officer Jenny. Nurse Joy. Just get some both, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's weird. I can't, you know what? That's weird. Hand up, that was weird. I'm sorry.
See, you got cuts and bruises all over your body. Let me spray your face instead.
Oh, so that's how potions work. I really should probably watch the anime. Anyway, I see you got cuts and bruises all over your body. Let me spray your face instead. Hey, I mean, if it's effective, it's effective. For example, you know, in today's medicine, if you have a bellyache, you still eat it. You know, you take a pill that does digest into your belly, but you know, I don't know, maybe something in the spray cures the entire body. Also, it's Brock. He never opens his eyes ever. He can't even see. He don't know what he's doing. He just closes his eyes and spraying. You know, he's doing his best. Don't make fun of Brock.
A neighborhood in Henderson named all of their streets after Pokemon. Charizard,
dude,
Squirtle,
look at this. A neighborhood in Henderson. I don't know where that is, but they named all of their streets after Pokemon. There's no way that's real, right? That can't be real. Jigglypuff Place, Charizard Lane, Squirtle Lane, Snorlax Lane, and Charmander something. No way. Dude, I want to live there. Are you kidding? I gotta find out where that is and move there ASAP.
Just a 10-year-old reeling in a whale. No big deal.
Wait, I never actually thought of this before. So when you fish in Pokemon, you can obviously fish up any of like the fish that are in the sea. Obviously, I don't even know why I had to say that. But what I was getting at is what I never thought of is that sometimes you fish up giant Pokemon like a whale lord. It's got to be thousands of pounds. It's a freaking whale. How insanely unrealistic is that? Although, isn't there something about whale lord having like a lot of air in his system to the point where he can like float? Is that true? I don't know. But even whale lord aside, I'm sure there's other giant Pokemon that a 10-year-old is able to fish up, which is incredibly unrealistic, but still super cool, you know? I think it's cool. This information still haunts me. Can Pokemon pee? Pokemon don't poo or pee because their waste byproduct is expelled through their use of their special moves. Huh? You're telling me Pokemon, when they use a special move, it is their bodily movements, their bowels, their pee-pees and poo-poos. So let's say I get hit with a Moonblast from a Cresselia, okay? Now, what this is telling me is that the Moonblast is Cresselia's species blasting all over my Pokemon. I'm sure there's residue that hits the trainer as well. That's disgusting, and I will never look at special moves the same ever again. Also, what about Pokemon that only use physical moves? You know, are they just holding in their bladder for their entire life? Like, what if you're a Machamp that literally like never ever uses a special move? You just constipated at all times? Eventually, when you do click some random special move on Machamp, it probably feels really good for him. You just let you know, I'm moving on. It's getting weird. Oh no, it's raining, says Misty. Brock says, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll use my trusty frying pan as a drying pan. Possibly the greatest line in anime history. That is a classic. Don't get me wrong, I love Brock. All respect to Brock, but I gotta also say that I think that the dumbest people are also the funniest people. Having dumb friends is the greatest thing ever. And when you think about it, when you think of comedy shows, who are the funny characters in comedy shows? 99% of the time, it's the dumb character. Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, you know what I mean? I'm sure the list goes on and on. Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Almost every funny character is pretty dumb. So shout out to Brock for being dumb. Like, it's honestly fun. It's cool. It's fun. Nice. Go ahead, Brock. Before and after she contours. Why is this actually true? Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. But I always felt like Charizard and Dragonite they look too similar to not have some sort of connection in their genetics, you know? Maybe there's something I'm missing. There might be some Easter eggs or some conspiracies that I don't really know about, but I feel like they gotta be brother and sister or like long lost cousins or something, you know? They look way too similar. Today I realized that Bellsprout, the god, can throw a punch equal in strength to this legendary 6-foot+ metal golem. See, I love Pokemon. I think generally it's balanced and they do a very good job of making sure Pokemon aren't too overpowered or too underpowered. But when you have 1,000 Pokemon in the game, sometimes things like this happen. Another absurd stat off the top of my head is that I believe Onix has a whopping attack stat of 40. 40. Onix, a giant rock snake that is like 30 feet long, made out of boulder, has an attack stat of 40. Maybe it's 45. Point is, Bellsprout, a tiny sprout that's probably this tall, almost has double the attack stat of that. And Bellsprout also apparently has the same attack stat as a Registeel, a legendary Pokemon. Now we all know Registeel stinks. All the Reggies do, except for like Regieleki. Regidrago's pretty good. But the 3 original Reggies are pretty trash. So I'm not too surprised, but it also is insane that that's real. Trying to spell Articuno in the 1st grade is probably the most effort I've put into anything in my entire life. My most favorite bird is Aretakuknau. That is good. That's awesome. I will say, even to this day, there are some words that I struggle to spell. Not many. I'm a decent speller overall, but like, I feel like everyone's got a couple words like that where for whatever reason, it just doesn't click in their brain. One for me is restaurant, R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T, restaurant. I think I got that right. Actually, I was gonna defend this kid. I'm not gonna defend him anymore. That is atrocious. That's actually insane. It's one thing to like mess up a letter here and there. Articuno was like 7 letters long. Bro wrote a 20 letter word to spell Articuno. Relatable. I wish that was his name. If I ever catch and use an Articuno moving forward, I'm gonna name him this. Relatable. That's good. This is the most relatable Pokedex entry I've ever read. It's forgetful and not very bright, but many trainers love it anyways for its friendliness and sincerity. I mean, I guess it would make a great pet. I don't know, but at least it's kind of adorable a little bit. If anyone has any questions, just go pss, 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 and I'll come to you. Oh my god. If your teacher was Mew. Pokemon Go created some incredible memes accidentally just by spawning in Pokemon at places that don't really make sense, such as Mew being the professor of the class. I accidentally made the most smashable Pokemon in history. Yeah, this is the most out-of-pocket one so far. Is he wrong? I played the 5th and I'm not gonna comment, but no, he's not. That's insane. Vaporeon fused with a Lopunny, and I think for the 3rd time today, we gotta bring out the Yabba Do. It feels like these memes are starting to get a little bit out of control, and I think that's a good sign to wrap it up for today. If you guys did enjoy today's Pokemon memes, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click right here for more.